The president's big speech in Poland and his commitment to Ukraine there with ABC News contributor, former senior CIA field operative Darrell Blocker. So, Darrell, what do you make of President Biden's really emphatic effort there to unite the West against Russia, to say Ukraine will never be a victory for Russia? And what do you think that means?
Well, I thought it was interesting that yesterday I woke up to emails from a Polish intel officer friend of mine, and then woke up today with pictures of him standing there watching the president give his speech in Poland. So I know that the Polish people are behind him. And I know that the president does have to choose his words wisely, because more than Putin, of course, is the problem, but ultimately the Russian people are going to need to be on our side when we do come to the negotiating table.
So tomorrow the president is set to meet with leaders of the Bucharest 9. Inez just mentioned that in her report. NATO allies situated on the alliance's eastern flank there, closest to Russia. What do you think those countries will be looking to hear from the president? Could this make a difference? What could actually happen during these discussions that could impact this war?
I think the discussions have been probably going on since February, March of last year, but now these countries recognize he's not going to go away, that they are very close to being the next person or the next country to be invaded. So I think the commitment that we've shown to the Ukrainian cause, to NATO writ large, to the United Nations, will go over well with these leaders that he's going to be meeting with.
You know, they became members of NATO during the presidency of George W. Bush. I was there when Bush was touring a lot of those capitals, making the same speech, and he had this one line: now anyone who chooses you as an enemy chooses us as an enemy. And the crowd would go crazy because they knew he meant Russia, and they knew that Russia had invaded their countries, tearing pieces off for hundreds of years. And I wonder now, turning to Russia, Vladimir Putin's speech, he has this notion that Russia is an empire, a great country, and Ukraine threatens that, really does. You know, do you think that he can continue that line, or does he have to at some point? I mean, this is an existential battle for him, because if you lose Ukraine, you lose that vision.
I think he lost Ukraine months ago, and sadly, he's wreaking major havoc on innocent civilians, on the infrastructure that's supporting them. And these are not military targets. He is just killing people for the sake of killing people. So the rest of the world sees this. China sees this. Even the people within Russia, the ones that want to know, can see this as well. So I'm quite flummoxed by what his end goal could be, but I've been saying for months now that it's going to end with him no longer being the president of Russia.
Final question, and this is a conversation we've been having back and forth for quite some time now, and it all comes down to fighter jets, right? And an air war and the impact of what jets could do within that war if provided by the United States. The U.S. has given tons of money, tons of assets, tons of weapons, tanks, you name it, but still no fighters. Why?
I don't think fighters are the issue. As an Air Force officer and an Air Force brat, I love the thought of the air campaign being the deciding factor, but it's always going to be the Army, the grunts, the Navy people on the ground who are going to win this ultimately. Fighters would be good, I think, longer term for the long-term sustainability of the Ukrainian military, but anything we get to them between now and the end of this calendar year will not make that much of a difference, I don't think.
Darrell Blocker, good to see you.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.